Today I'm dropping the 10 best tips that every Amazon FBA seller needs to know in 2025. These tips will help you boost sales, save time, and maximize your profits this year. If you want to build a real scalable Amazon business in 2025, this video is for you. Hey hustlers, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jasmine, aka Jazz Hustles, and I am a 22-year-old Amazon seller that started selling in the beginning of January 2023, and I'm still going at it. We already know the topic of the video today, so I'm just gonna get straight into it. If you haven't already, make sure to like it up, subscribe for more, and push that little bell so you're notified whenever I post. Without further ado, let's get into it. Tip number 1, investing in software. So I know a lot of people in the beginning, they don't really want to invest any money into softwares because, you didn't even make any money yet and you're not even profitable within the business yet. But I highly recommend you do invest in these two softwares. SellerAmp and Keepa is going to help you figure out what products are good to resell on Amazon by all the data that they provide. So you do want to make sure that you learn how to use those softwares. And I have a lot of tutorials on how to use SellerAmp and how to use Keepa. I'll put it right up here for you guys. Now you can use SellerAmp and Keepa, these two softwares, if you're doing in-store retail arbitrage, or if you're even doing online arbitrage and you just want to work from home. So SellerAmp is the main product sourcing tool where it includes a profit calculator. It gives you all the information when it comes to the product estimated sales, all the competition on the listing, the buy box analyst, if Amazon is on the listing, a lot of different stuff. And then Keepa is really just the price history of a product. I do have a full Keepa tutorial that I recently did, so I will link it up right up here for you guys. You do need to make sure that you know how to read a Keepa graph. You're not going to succeed within Amazon reselling if you don't know how to read a Keepa graph. So you have to make sure that you utilize Keepa and SellerAmp so then you're not investing in the wrong products that are eventually not even going to sell for you, and it's just going to be dead inventory waiting in your house collecting dust, or waiting in the Amazon warehouse collecting dust and adding up storage fees. Tip number 2, starting with an LLC. So I tell people all the time that an LLC is not required for Amazon reselling when it comes to arbitrage. It is required for wholesale, but I highly recommend getting one because in this day and age, Amazon is starting to be a little more strict on beginner sellers because they notice that there's a lot of people who are just creating Amazon selling accounts and not doing anything with them. And I'm pretty sure on the back ends, I'm not too sure, this is really just a speculation, but I'm pretty sure there's a cost for every single person to create an Amazon selling account. I have no clue on that, but it seems like Amazon's just trying to find more serious sellers. And if you don't even want to get an LLC, it's kind of like an automatic red flag that you're not really going to be that serious. And they're going to restrict you and gate you in a lot of things and ask for 100, 200, 300 unit invoices. So I feel like having an LLC connected to your Amazon selling account rather than your individual would help you out more in the long run. Also too, the main reason why I recommend getting an LLC is so then you can sign up and get a reseller certificate. So that's not required either. It is optional. But if you want to keep as much money in our pockets as possible, then we are going to want to avoid paying sales tax. And obviously, if you're in a state where you live in that there is no sales tax, then good for you. It's probably best. You don't even need to get the reseller certificate. But for most states, you do have to pay sales tax. So that's why I decided to get a reseller certificate. It was completely free in Florida. There is a lot of different tutorials online on how to get a reseller certificate. But for most states, they do require an LLC. With that reseller certificate, most stores will have a tax exempt program where you can apply and provide your reseller certificate. So then you don't have to pay taxes on the product twice because you are going to basically be paying taxes on the product when you sell it when tax season comes. But if you don't have a reseller certificate, then you're going to be basically paying taxes on that same product twice. You're going to be spending on taxes when you buy the product and then spending on taxes when you sell the product. So it's just better to keep more money in your pocket to get that reseller certificate and the LLC as well. Tip number 3, focusing at least 2 to 4 weeks of your beginning Amazon selling journey on just strictly ungating. I feel like a lot of beginners, they want to rush into the sourcing process and they see it's way harder because they didn't even focus on ungating different brands and categories. If you don't know what ungating is, I have a lot of tutorials talking about it and showing you guys how to ungate different categories and brands that I will list right up here for you guys. But I just want to give that as a tip. Make sure you are focusing time on strictly just ungating, because once you do, thank me later, once you do, 2, you will definitely see a lot of more success when you do eventually start sourcing for profitable products. Tip number 4, investing in seller board once you have active products. So that's why I did not mention seller board in the beginning of, when I was including the seller app and Keepa software, because you don't really need seller board in the beginning, especially if you haven't sold anything yet or you're not even actively selling anything yet. But I recommend once you have one active product in your store, meaning it's on Amazon listing right now, that's when you should go ahead and get seller board, because seller board is going to help you track all of the actual fees that Amazon is taking from you, every storage fee, every return fee, everything. So it is really, really, really beneficial to get a seller board software. It does so much other things. I do have an updated tutorial on seller board in 2025, so I will link it right up here for you guys. And then also too, if you guys go to jazzhustles.com and you scroll down, you'll be able to find a link for all the softwares that I talk about, as well as a link for 2 months free of seller board. It's also a very, very affordable software. I think the plans start at like $15 a month. So it's highly recommended to get it. I would say the main reason why you would want to get it is to make sure to track your profit and all of your numbers and your inventory levels as well. It's kind of hard doing that on Amazon Seller Central alone, so that's why I do recommend using seller board. Tip number 5, use cashback and discount tools to increase your margins. So a lot of people don't really know too much about, Keeper or Rakuten, and if you do, that is great. I know some people use those softwares for personal use, which is fine as well, but I highly recommend taking advantage of those free extensions and those free softwares. All you need to do is just download them to your Google Chrome, and it's super easy. For Keeper, it's basically going to be an automatic coupon activator. So any coupon that they have, they will automatically add it to your checkout in your cart if they do work with that store, which most stores they do work with, more bigger retail stores online they do work with, and you'll just get automatic coupons added into your order, so then it can be less and then you can keep more money in your pocket. And then also too, Keeper does the same thing, and Rakuten as well, but I personally use Keeper exactly for the coupons, and then Rakuten I use for my cash back. Now cashback is great as well. You are going to want to make sure you're utilizing a software that gives you cash back. Now Rakuten, they do have cash back as well. You guys can also go to jazzhustles.com. I have a link for Rakuten. They're both free, but if you use that Rakuten link, then you can get, I think it's like $30 or $40 the first time you use Rakuten and you activate it. So I thought that was pretty cool, free money or whatever. You can use it on products. So I just think utilizing softwares like that, Keeper, C-O-U-P-E-R-T, and Rakuten, R-A-K-U-T-E-N, are very beneficial. Those are the main ones that I use for my business, and my VA uses as well. So then she can make sure that she is maximizing using those softwares and then maximizing my profits and, just keeping more money in my pocket. Now, before I jump into tip number 6, I want to invite you guys to my free live training happening on Sunday at 8 p.m. EST. I'm teaching the exact process I used to build this 6-figure Amazon business all from scratch when it comes to product research, sourcing, and scaling. So this is a completely free event, but spots are limited. So you can go ahead and click the link down below in the description, or you can click this link right up here to secure your free spot for this free live training. Like I said, it's happening on Sunday at 8 p.m. EST, and I'll see you guys there. I'm going to be talking about a lot of stuff that I don't talk about on YouTube. Tip number 6, outsource tasks to free up time. So I highly recommend you guys definitely look into outsourcing once you eventually know what you're doing already. Now, I don't recommend outsourcing right in the beginning, like outsourcing your sourcing or your prep in the beginning, just because you want to know how to do those tasks yourself. And then once you know how to do it and you've succeeded in those tasks yourself, then that's where you can go ahead and outsource that. So I actually just recently shot a video and uploaded a video on how I am able to only work 1 hour a day because I have outsourced my sourcing, I have outsourced my prep, and I don't really do too much when it comes to the insides of the business, and I work on the outside of the business more like a real CEO and boss. So whenever you are getting ready to scale your business and you don't really have that much time to keep prepping anymore, or you don't really have that much time to keep sourcing anymore, that is where you should delegate those tasks to getting a virtual assistant, a VA that can look for products for you. And then you could also either invest in a prep center or have one of your family or friends prep for you, so then you don't have to keep doing all of the tasks that aren't really making you money. So I'm gonna go ahead and promote that video right up here. If you are already in that phase of your business where you are feeling like you can scale more, you just need more time on your hands, then definitely go ahead and outsource. I'm gonna link that video up right here on how I was able to do that. Tip number 7, use repricers to win the buy box without pricing wars. So there's a lot of repricers out there. I am familiar with BQ. My partner, he used to use Aura. And then also we just recently started using Seller Snap. So I recommend as a beginner using BQ. I think BQ was pretty easy to understand at first. Obviously repricers, they do look a little technical and you kind of need to know what buttons you're pressing. If not, you don't want the bot to automatically reprice your products into an unprofitable price. But that's where you just input your minimum and your maximum cost. Usually the minimum cost is what I put my break even on my minimum cost, and then the max cost I usually see what's the highest it's been in the past month or the past 3 months, and then I go from there. But using repricers are actually very simple. You just need to kind of know your way around the software. So I do now use Seller Snap, but I did used to use BQ. I do still recommend using BQ just because it's something that I have had more experience in. But once I have more experience in using Seller Snap, then I'll definitely let you guys know as well. So basically, your repricer automatically reprices your items either every 15 minutes or automatically. Usually the cheaper plans of the softwares do it every 15 minutes. But I honestly recommend, if you're investing in a repricer, make sure to go with a plan that automatically reprices, because you want to be able to compete all the time. Compared to a seller who has a 15-minute repricer and a seller who has an automatic repricer, like basically auto repricing, they are definitely going to win more sales than the seller who is having a plan of their repricer that they automatically reprice it every 15 minutes or so. So I highly recommend definitely looking into different repricers, but they basically keep you competitive within the market without you actually having to reprice your products manually all the time. So that's what I highly recommend as well. I don't recommend getting a repricer until you have like at least 20 listings, 20 active listings in your store, 20 active products in your store, because eventually that's where it's going to start getting a lot. Because if you don't have a repricer, you do want to stay competitive as much as possible. So then that basically requires you to constantly manually reprice. So it's just a time saver, to be honest. Tip number 8, monitor customer reviews and feedback actively. So a lot of people don't really look into this either, which is super important, because if you get a bad review and you don't even know it, you're going to notice that your sales are actually going to slow down for that day that you got the bad review. Because there's one thing when it comes to winning the buy box, and Amazon really pushes the sellers to win the buy box who have good reviews. And if you have a fresh negative review that you haven't even like looked into getting scratched out yet, then it's definitely going to affect your sales. It's going to affect your account. So you do want to make sure sometimes on your Seller Central, go into all the reviews, the feedback manager, and see what people are saying, if people are even leaving any reviews. And if you see that there is a negative review and they give you access to scratch it off, definitely do that so that it doesn't affect your account. Scratching it off basically means that you're blaming it on Amazon. And that's something that you can do with most bad reviews if you're doing FBA. But for FBM, it is a little harder to get reviews scratched off because you're doing most of the work yourself. Now, if you're ready to level up fast and you want to see those results quicker than usual, then I highly do recommend looking into my Inner Circle mentorship. Now, in my Inner Circle mentorship, you're going to get access to group weekly calls with me and my partner, Javon. We host them 3 times a week. And then also sometimes we would hop into what I call the hustle hall, which is basically you get to source with all of our other mentees, or if you just want to talk, if you just want to network, it's a Zoom call as well. Sometimes we hop on there too on the days that we don't have Zoom calls. And then also too, you have lifetime access to step-by-step videos, the Hustlers Academy curriculum, including different courses and modules regarding Amazon FBA, Amazon FBM. We are adding in a Walmart selling module in there, content creation module in there. There is a wholesale module in there. There's literally all the information that I know is in that curriculum, as well as some quizzes. And then you'll also be receiving lifetime access to my private Hustlers community Discord, where you'll be able to access and network with a lot of other sellers. And there is about 10 to 15 product leads posted every single day that can help you start your sourcing process. So it's a lot of information. It's a lot of game. So if you want to learn more about my mentorship and what it really offers, and what we can provide to you, and see if we're the best fit for you and you're the best fit for us, you can go ahead and book a free call with my team right now using this link. Make sure that you show up to the call. Make sure that you can answer all those questions as honest as possible. Make sure to input that email correctly, because you're going to auto receive a Zoom link to your email, the one that is put in the application. And only for serious sellers, if you have the money to invest in strictly coaching, then I highly recommend checking it out. Tip number 9, focusing on small and lightweight products. Now, especially if you're doing FBA, you don't really want to look into products that are oversized, and you will know if it's oversized if on Seller seller ramp, it gives you that S alert because it's going to tell you that it's oversized. And obviously the fees are going to be higher because you have a larger product. And then also too, if let's just say that product does not sell, the storage fees are also going to be higher. Or let's say that the customer wants to return it back to Amazon, then the return fees are going to be higher. So I just feel like overall staying away from oversized items is the best way to go, especially with FBA. If you were to come across a profitable oversized product, I'd rather you do it FBM and send it straight to the customer instead of Amazon. That's my personal preference. And tip number 10, always keep learning and stay updated. This is something that is super, super important. A lot of people feel like they can just watch a few YouTube videos and already start Amazon selling. And it's just, that's not how it works. Like there's a lot of intricate things within this business that you need to know. So that's why, you know, I'm here for you guys every single Friday, new and updated videos. And I have hundreds of other great in-depth YouTube tutorials that are on my channel. Make sure if you guys, this is the first time that you're seeing me, definitely check out all of my other YouTube videos. I do not gatekeep whatsoever. I also do post on Instagram and TikTok as well at Jazz Hustles. Follow me on there, connect with me more on there. But just always stay updated. There's always still so much to learn, and you may be thinking that you know everything. In reality, you only know like 20%. So just keep your mind like that. Keep it like you just don't know that much, and keep your mindset on you can always learn more, so then you can advance more into your business. I just think that's a great tip, and that's why I wanted to end it off with tip number 10. But that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, watch all of my tutorials after this video. All the ones that I plugged today, those are super, super helpful. That's it with today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next Friday on the next one. Peace.